Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. First off and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS for teaching us this truth and their rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect out there, spreading this word of sincerity and the truth all over the four corners of the earth. God, I want to go into this word temperance. Temperance real quick. You know, and what it means concerning the truth. You know, so here it says temperance, self-restraint, moderation, from Anglo-French temperance, from Latin temperantia, moderation, sobriety, discretion, self-control. From temperance, present participle of temperare, to moderate, to temper. So it comes from the word temper. You gotta temper. Let's see. Temper means control, if I'm correct. Due proportion of elements or qualities. From temper, the sense of characteristic state of mind, inclination, disposition. Is first recorded that of calm state of mind, tranquility, you know, which goes back to tranquilo, you know, stay calm, stay in control, and that of an angry state of mind, for bad temper, yeah. So it can also be a bad temper, but to be temperance is to keep that bad temper in control. Meaning degree of hardness and rusticity in steel. Is from late 15th century. Okay. Now before I go on, I want to you know, put the WhatsApp messages on silent, so we don't get disturbed during the lesson, you know. So what I want to show you is that in this truth, you gotta have self-control, man. You gotta be in control of your flesh. You have to be in control of your flesh, man, because the flesh is weak, man. We are constantly fighting against the flesh. We are constantly in battle with the flesh, you know, the spirit. So we ourselves, we need to keep the flesh in control. And you know, that's hard sometimes, you know, but hey, when you fall, you gotta get your ass back up again, man. You can't stay on the ground and basically condemn yourself, you know. You gotta stand on your feet, keep it moving, pray without ceasing, man, you know. So it says, Galatians chapter 5 verse 22, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. You know, that's the spirit of love, man. You know what we gotta be in concerning this truth. Loving this truth, loving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, enduring. Because patience goes into long-suffering. Now here it says long-suffering, man. Let's look if it shows you the word patience too. And looking up words, this is basically a lesson that's directed into looking up words, man, because with that you can set up a lesson already. You see, if you just look up the word, you will find it, man. So this is the word long-suffering. It says patience, endurance, constancy, steadfastness, perseverance. You gotta have perseverance. You gotta be steadfast, you know, immovable. So the corruptness of this body is not supposed to move you neither. You know, and if you get moved by the, you know, weakness of the flesh, hey, pray, fast, and keep it moving, man. You know, you gotta keep your spirit strong too, man. Soon we are loose from the chains of this body too, man. You know, soon we are changed. Soon we are loosed from the chains of this body, and we will be free from this too, because this body is really a curse. It gets sick, it dies, you know, it gets corrupted, it's full of sin, you know. This body is a prison too, man, because, you know, all the wickedness, you know, that comes with it, you know, addictions, that's bullshit, man. You know, your spirit is fighting against it, you see. So long suffering, the thing I wanted to show you is that it goes into patience, forbearance, long suffering, slowness in avenging wrongs. Okay. Gentleness, goodness, faith. Okay, let's go back. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Meekness and temperance. So you gotta be meek too. What does it mean to be meek? Gentle, mildness, meekness. You don't have to be out there on the forefront constantly, you know, with a proud spirit, you know, thinking you know it all. If you read this book of Machiavelli, which was a, you know, mafia boss, what he said was, what he wrote in his book was this: if you don't know a lot, let's say if you don't know anything, don't use many words. You can use certain keywords and then keep quiet, because the more you say, the more it's gonna be clear that you don't know shit. You see? So you shouldn't be of many words if you don't know a lot. Just keep it short, you know. And then when you know a lot, you keep silent too, you know, so that the people are uncomfortable, well, in the mafia then, are uncomfortable talking to you, and then they're gonna look at you like this man knows everything if they only ask you one question, you know. So it's always good to be humble, to be meek, to be mild, not being not of many words, you know. So meekness is a thing that's important in this truth too, you know. It doesn't say in the law, you know, you have to be this extremely humble person, and you can't speak your mind, you know, you can't have your opinion. It doesn't say that in the law, but like it says, you need meekness in this truth, man, because it's gonna explain you, like meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. So there is no law against these things, man. You know, there is no law. But if you walk in the Spirit, you're gonna see that you need these things. You're gonna see that you need self-control. You're gonna see that you need gentleness, goodness, and faith. You know, that you gotta endure long suffering, patience, that you gotta have patience, you know. That's when you walk in the Spirit and you consider what you are in, actually, you know. But the word I wanted to go in was temperance. You know, we looked it up in the online dictionary already, in the online etymology. But if we go into the Greek, you know, it says the same thing. So it says self-control, the virtue of one who masters his desires and passions, his sensual appetites. Okay, Now that's deep, man. That's deep. Because if we go to this verse, let me see. If we go to this verse, Slack, bear with me for a minute. Where was it again? I just read it. Or was it in Galatians itself? Yeah, how can I forget this one, man? Salakia. Let me just move on. Let me check this one out. It's right here, man. Salakia. Tripping out. Verse 24. And they that are Yahushua's have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust. So with these things, with this knowledge, because the law is one thing, but wisdom is another thing. Because you got the books like Proverbs, you got the books, the book Sirach, Ecclesiastes. That's wisdom. That's the wisdom of King Solomon. That's the wisdom of Yahushua. So those are things to consider. It's not in the law, but like dealing with friends, you gotta watch out, who you are dealing with. So dealing with certain friends is also important. That's wisdom. And against such there is no law. So temperance is something you need too. Temperance is something you need too, man. So if you are Yahushua's, if you walk in the Spirit, you're gonna make sure that you basically upright in the way, that you basically got off all this wickedness and all this fleshly lust, and that you walk in the Spirit. Slakia, bear with me for a moment. Okay, going on. Gone. The book of Peter's. Second Peter's chapter 1 verse 6. Let me start at 4. Whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these ye may be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. You see? So because we are in this flesh, we got to escape the corruption, man. The corruption of this world, the corruption that corrupts us in this truth. The flesh is weak. So, all these worldly things that we see around us can affect us in a certain way. Unless you are temperate. Unless you have temperance, man. Self-control. Unless you are able to put this flesh in subjection, you will be constantly corrupted by this thing. You know, and when you corrupted, clean yourself up, man. How do you clean yourself up? Through the word, man. You know, like it says, how shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed unto the word. You know, so taking heed unto the word, go back in the scriptures, read, pray, cleanse yourself through fasting, drink some hyssop, you know, be spiritual, man. So it says, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. And beside this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to the knowledge temperance. You see, so with the virtue and the knowledge, you gotta add temperance too, man. Self-control. It doesn't say in the law you have to have temperance. No, but temperance is a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing that you gotta carry around yourself, you know, in this truth. So it says, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience. Yeah, temperance goes hand in hand with patience, man. Because if you gotta keep yourself in control for a certain amount of time, then you gotta stay patient, man. You gotta stay patient in the time that you are constantly trying to keep your flesh in subjection. Because that's really what it is, man. Temperance is really keeping your flesh in subjection, man. You know, so it says, and beside this, giving all diligence, verse 6, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness. You know, so through self-control, patience, knowledge, faith, and virtue, you build up a godly stamina. You know, you receive godliness. You know, an upright mind, a strong spirit, you know, to walk in His truth, man. And to godliness, brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness, charity. For if these things be in you and abound you, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of the Lord Yahushua. So you're gonna receive fruits, man. You're gonna receive you're gonna have people that are gonna be edified by the words that you speak, man. You're gonna have people that maybe wake up to this truth by watching a video or by listening to you, you know. So you're not gonna be without fruit, man, because you are gonna be a plant that that has good seeds, you know. And you sow those seeds in the mind of the people that come into this truth, and into the mind of the people that hear the words that you speak unto him, which are the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you know. Galatians chapter 4 verse 12. Brethren, I beseech you, be as I am, for I am as ye are. Ye have not injured me at all. Ye know that you know how through infirmity of the flesh I preached the gospel unto you at the first. Yeah, the Apostle Paul, he had an infirmity, man. You know, he speaks about it that he had a thorn, you know. We don't know what that thorn was, but he had something, you know, an infirmity, but he still preached the word, you know. Verse 14, and my temptation which was in my flesh ye despise not, nor rejected, but received me as an angel of the Most High, even as Yahushai HaMashiach. You know, so Paul was dealing with the same thing, man. You know, temptations in the flesh. So we're gonna have temptations in the flesh too, man. You know, you want to get angry, you want to, you know, deal with a certain person some kind of way that's not spiritual, you know. You gotta stay spiritual, man. You gotta meditate upon these things that are read unto you in the book of 2nd Peter's and build up this godly stamina, man. Build up this godly spirit. I'm looking for the scripture. Of the Apostle Paul. Gone. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 26. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection. You see? So the Apostle Paul learns us, you got to keep your body into subjection, man. You know? You have to. Because of this, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. So this is the importance, man. Lest by any means, you teach this truth, and eventually you fall off yourself, man. That's why you got to keep this flesh in control, man. You got to keep the worldly lust in control, the worldly affections, the wickedness of the flesh. You got to keep that in subjection, man. And stay clean in the way, man. You see? So Paul, the Apostle Paul, set this example for us, man. That he was also keeping his body in subjection, man. And if we go into the word subjection, the word subjection, to lead away into slavery, claim as one slave, to make a slave, to treat as a slave, with severity, subject to stern and rigid discipline. Let's go to the online etymology. Subjection: obedience, submission, servitude, bondage, lordship, control. Okay, that's the word I was looking for. You gotta keep it in control. You see? So keeping your body in subjection is keeping your body in control, keeping the flesh in control. Now that's what this lesson is all about, right? This lesson is all about temperance, self-control. So keeping your body in subjection is keeping your body in control. From Anglo-French, subjection, Old French, subjection, submission. When you submit someone, when you are into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or MMA, when you put a submission onto someone, you put him in a certain position that he's not able to do anything no more. He has to tap out. You got to keep your body, you got to keep that flesh in a certain position that he has to tap out, man. And that the spirit overcomes the flesh. So for you to walk in that way, you got to find certain ways, man, to do it. And it is difficult, man. I'm dealing with certain things too. But you got to look for a way to have that flesh into a certain position that is not able to move. How you do it? Omoplata, omoplata, triangle choke, neck tee, arm bar, whatever, man. Figure something out, man. But keep it in subjection. Keep it in control. A putting under. Action from past principle stem subsiere, see subject. So with all of that, you got to stay in the spirit, man, and walk upright in the way and make sure that you don't lose control, man. Because like I said, Jude chapter 1 verse 6. Jude chapter 1 verse 6. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he had reserved in everlasting chains, under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. So we are those angels, man. And we are being reserved into everlasting chains. Those everlasting chains are these bodies, man. You know, under darkness. What is that darkness? Walking in sin. You know, walking in the flesh, walking in this corrupt body. So we are in prison, man, unto ourselves. We are in prison unto ourselves, man. We are in prison unto our own bodies, you know, that walk in darkness. Lest we subject our own flesh, man. Lest we kill the flesh, man. I'm not talking about killing yourself, but you got to kill the flesh, man. You got to kill those worldly affections, man. You know? Like it said, in Galatians, kill through Yahushua, we crucify our worldly affections and lusts. That's what we got to do, man. Crucify it. Put it to death. So it says, reserved in everlasting chains. We are reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. So if we work hard and we stay in control of this flesh, and we work towards the great day, which is the day of judgment, the day of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, then we might be loose from these chains, man. True, then we are gonna be loose from these chains, either by death or by a twinkling of an eye, wherein our bodies are gonna be changed into an extraterrestrial body, you know, superhuman form that is incorruptible, that cannot get sick, that does not sin, you know, with a fleshly heart, man, a pure mind that only knows how to do right, you know. So we work towards that, man. So with that, I want to say, Kal Elohim Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakak Kudash Shalom to the elect.